My name is Oluwatomisin Otenaike, popularly known as Tezzs. I am a 400 level medical student and I currently serve as the Director of Public Relations of Oluwatomisin University Medical Students Association. So there are multiple factors actually that contributed to me making that decision. But I think the one that tops them all is the fact that I've always wanted to give back. I've always wanted to serve, and I've always been in spaces that afford me the opportunity to contribute my skills and to contribute anything I can to the association, basically. So when the opportunity came for me to become a member of the executive council, of course I took it because I believe it's an avenue to serve and to give back, and it's something I've always wanted to do. I'm sure you'd have heard this a lot of times, but there is actually no balance. And I think the only thing that helps is time management and prioritizing things that you need to do at a particular or specific point in time. I think that's one thing that always helps when you have a lot of responsibilities. In med school, things don't always work the way they are supposed to. Things don't always go out as planned, and there are certain times where there could be like setbacks or things that could affect you in some way. But when those things happen, you just have to pick yourself up and keep moving. You don't have the time to brood over it, and you don't have the time to continue to dwell in it. You just have to keep going, basically. In which OOUMSA can contribute is by participating actively in the association's initiatives and programs. And I think other ways also include basically helping in any capacity they can. I mean, something as simple as helping with publicity or reposting a certain event to your audience for them to see and for them to know what's going on. I think things like that help the association, basically. Okay. There are multiple things that I know I would love to achieve in this tenure, but I think the major one for me would be the launch of the third edition of the association's Parrot magazine. I know the Parrot magazine has not been released since, if my memory is not failing me, 2018. So I would love that this year we have a Parrot magazine for the association. Well, my favorite hobby outside of medicine, that would be graphic design. I think that, well, I don't think it's an hobby anymore, but it's my favorite activity outside of medicine. Okay, so I think one of the ways that we've been able to make sure that information reaches everybody in this tenure is the first, by creating a closed group, or by making sure there is a closed group where all necessary information concerning the association's activities or any other important updates go to. So on that group, it's different from the normal group where everybody engages each other. On that group, it's closed, so only important information goes there. I think that's one way we've been able to make sure excuse me, that's one way we've been able to make sure that important information goes out to everybody. And I think the other way is by having peer influencers in each class. Those are the class reps and members of the publicity team, to make sure that every information that we need to go out to our insight goes out, basically. We have frameworks that make sure that ensure efficiency. Basically, we have in-house teams, so in-house sub teams. Sorry, we have the people who handle social media. We have the people who basically handle content creation. We have the people who handle our videography and video editing. We have the people who handle our photography, and then of course we have the designers. So we have those sub teams, and then we have frameworks that make sure every member of those teams contributes in one kind of way or in some way. Uh, we try to make sure we don't have ghost members as much as we can. So basically, having sub teams and then having frameworks that ensure that every member of this team contributes and that everybody turns up and that there are no ghost members. I think that's one way we've been able to ensure the efficiency of the media team, even with the size. And another way we've been able to buttress that has been through incentivizing outstanding performers or outstanding members, basically. Okay, I think one that comes to mind right now, off the top of my head, is we held the Face of OOUMSA virtual event. I think that's one. I know we also held the Thrive series, a virtual professional development event, and we've also had a couple of initiatives that we've put out, and of course, most of all, above all, have been able to help other AC members. We've been able to help other AC members handle their projects and handle publicity for their events. Well, I think the first thing I'm going to say is know who you're going to be working with, and by that I mean know the members of your team that you would want to hold very closely. Obviously there could be a call for applications where you call for other members to join the association's media and publicity team, and then to join your publications committee. But before then, I think you should have a very good idea of people that you want to work with, because it's very important. The workload is a lot, yeah, and you need people that you trust, people who are very proactive, and people who can handle things. You need them to work with you to make the burden or the bulk of work, a little easy to bear. Forward to, I think right now, generally, of course, the health week, but from my office, I think it's just the launch of the association's Spark magazine. I'm sorry, the relaunch of the association's Spark magazine for the first time since 2018. I think that's okay. So I think the simple answer to that question is the VMG, my media team. They've been doing incredibly well, and it is because of them that we've been able to handle the massive outflow of updates and projects going out from other EC members, from other executive offices, and from mine as well. So yeah, the media and publicity team makes things very easy for us. Okay, that's a good one. So, well, crisis normally, they're always handled together with other members of the executive council. So what we do is we try to take a proactive approach by making sure whatever issues we are having, um, we decide if we want to shield those issues from OEM at large, and then we try to take measures and approaches that would make sure that those issues are resolved. Basically, I think there are a couple that have happened recently, and what we just did was we just had to make sure we did a few things that would just get whatever issues that wanted to rear their head, that would just get them swept under the rug, basically. So yeah, that's how we handle this. Well, misconceptions people have about my office. I think there are a lot. There are actually a lot of misconceptions about my office. I think the major one is that people think being the director of public relations or the handling the publicity for any organization at all simply means you get to put out flyers, designs, and whatnot. But the work goes way beyond that. I think in my role as director of public relations here, I not only handle the association's media and publicity team. I also chair the association's publications committee, which is basically tasked with being the editorial board of the association, handling magazines, newsletters, and the likes. So it the role or the office of the director of public relations goes beyond simply putting out flyers or posting on social media.